We're in the shop of the S14. It's been a while since I've been on YouTube. I got a ton of boxes over there. Just got some stuff from Dubai, some OEM seal parts for the transmission. There's so many boxes over there. So let me bring you guys over there, show you all the stuff we have. At the bottom, we have the Mazworx bell housing. This is our Nismo Super Copper Mix clutch. This is the front cover gasket, new drive shaft, bunch of good stuff, a lot of parts. Finally, everything's here. I have to take apart the transmission fully to properly clean and seal the center portion of it because that center portion doesn't come off, and I'll show you guys in a second what I'm talking about. Shifter linkages looked a little bit weird, but I did find a factory service manual kind of guide walkthrough on how to disassemble it, and I'll try to link that in the description of the video. So you guys, if you're doing a Z32 swap and you have to do the same thing, you can see how to do it, because without the instruction manual or any sort of guide, it's very intimidating and hard to do, in my opinion. So having just some sort of guide helps a lot. This is the transmission, and that piece that's separated is the center portion that does not come off. So I have to pull out the tail section of the transmission, clean off both sides of this, reapply gasket maker, and then reseal it all together. In order to take the tail portion out, I already took this cover off, but all of these linkages, all the shifter stuff in there has to get disassembled because this has this side welded on. I do not want to shift and break this and not be able to go into gear or anything, because in order to replace this, the whole trans has to come out and the tail section has to come off, which means the bell housing has to come off. In other words, replacing this for like 80 bucks is a way better bet than hoping it doesn't break and hoping these really bad welds hold in place, because those are some horrible welds. This is pretty confusing. We're gonna try to knock it out today. This gasket right here is discontinued. I could not find that gasket anywhere. Couldn't find it anywhere. So we're most likely gonna have to use actual gasket maker to seal this, which sucks. And it's just like, damn, like why discontinue the part? But you know, stuff happens. I'm gonna try to knock this out right now, get this tail section off. We have everything we need to put the transmission back in. So I'm just trying to get this trans back together so I can get it in the car. I gotta clean the front cover here as well. You can see it's super dirty. So after an entire day, and I'm not over exaggerating, the entire day I spent trying to figure this out, I finally figured out how to remove the rear extension off of the Z32 transmission. I had to take out the speed sensor. It was simple as that, one bolt, 10 millimeter. The whole time I'm like, what's going on? Put the snap ring back on for like the shifter rod. Just the whole day I struggled, but I figured it out finally, which is great. So I'm gonna take that off. This center plate, which you're gonna see, this adapter plate needs to be cleaned. I need to apply gasket maker to both sides, which is why I'm taking it apart in the first place. Then once I do that, I'll put the bolts back, I'll put it back together, put the bolts back in, put the shifter stuff back in, and the transmission will be fully assembled, ready to go, which is exciting and good because that's like the big thing. I need to order some stuff for the turbo, which is really just a restrictor and an oil feed line. So we're gonna continue with the workload. At the least today, I wanna get this off, cleaned up, and so tomorrow we can come back, apply the gasket maker, seal up the whole transmission, assemble all of it where it's ready to go back into the car. You have your transmission, you have your bell housing, you have your rear extension or your tail section, all the shifter linkages and stuff. And then this is what you would call your gear set. So your gear set's exactly what it's called, it's your gears. So that's completely separated, and this plate in the middle is the plate that we need to clean up and prep. This has been machined. We're still gonna run brake cleaner and get it prepped as well, but the tail section or the rear extension, we're gonna clean up what we can, clean off any extra gasket maker. And once we do all that, it'll be ready to go back together, which will be tomorrow's job. Right now, I'm pretty hot, pretty tired. I said I was gonna do this today, but I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I'm gonna go drive some sim tonight instead. So tomorrow we're gonna come into the shop, just get this prepped up, get it back together, and that'll be a huge milestone in getting the S14 back up and running. Real quick before I head out, let me show you guys something I did in the car. Back here, I got this measurement tape up here because I'm working on a team banner for my future team. This box break decal is the one and only in this colorway, but it's coming off when you get the team decal on there, and I added some new decals to the front. So we got Ryota sticker, Ryose sticker, and then mine. So Osaka Street Rough Style, matte black, Cutting Works Splash, white, and then box break. in white, which is pretty cool. Nice little look to the car. I remember I used to have some stickers. I took them all off, and we're starting to make our way back into having some more style on the car. So that's pretty exciting. These are some stickers I added to the interior. Luke actually went to Japan and got me an Up Garage sticker. And also Ningun is from Japan. They imported my Nismo clutch and sent me a decal with it. So 2 Japanese stickers. I added to the inside the Dream Magic air freshener you guys see in all the Kansai cars, like KC and Cats and all of them. That smells insane. I'm not gonna describe it. I'm just telling you, buy one and you'll see for yourself. I'm gonna keep the actual scent a secret, but it smells so good. That's pretty cool. Some color on the inside there. Okay, I'm dripping in sweat, so I will see you guys tomorrow. The next day, I have my Mazworx shirt on today. I did unpack the kit. I needed to for something, but I can't remember what it was. I was gonna try and use the box to hold the gear set. That didn't work. Either way, the adapter plate on the gear set's cleaned up. So I prepped the adapter plate, prepped the rear extension, prepped the bell housing. Now I just need to install the gear set, basically just seal up the entire transmission. I'm gonna do that right now. We're gonna hop into a time lapse, but before I hop into that time lapse, I have the shifter arm, which is gonna get replaced, and I have the seal. It's the same length, it just has this weird notching, which I don't know if you guys can see that or not. It's got some weird notching on it, but besides that, it's fine. The reason I have this is because on the other one, this bracket is broken and they have really bad welds holding it together. So this is the replacement. And then I need the seal for that, which is in this bag. No. Oh my God, no. All right, this is the oil seal. And I don't need this, I need the grommet. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna go figure this out. I'm back. That was kind of crazy. Yeah, that's my fault. I ordered the wrong thing. I have to go to the dealership now, a Nissan dealership, place an order for this and wait about 3 to 5 days for it to arrive and then go and pick it up. So I'm gonna put the entire transmission together and just leave this shifter rod or control rod out. And then obviously we'll have to go and get that boot and then we can install the control rod because you can't slide it over this portion of it. Yeah, you gotta put it on first and then put it in. Pause. So we're gonna do that last. I'm getting the transmission together today. I will do that. Transmission assembled. I had the gasket maker sitting for about 30 to 45 minutes, so now I'm going to torque it down. I'll put the torque specs on screen. It's between, I think, like 22 or 21 to like 30. I don't know. I'll put it on the screen, the torque specs for you guys in case you're doing this job. So I'm going to torque these down, and then there's still washers and snap rings I have to apply. Front cover has to go back on. I'm going to hold off on that maybe after, oh yeah, retaining pins, all the good stuff, but it's been sitting, so I'm going to torque it down now. Got that one torqued. That one's torqued. Those are torqued. I'm gonna install retaining pins. Then I'm gonna clean up, and I wanna talk to you guys a little bit about what's left on the car, what's left to get it in and running and stuff. All right, so the car's done. I wish the car was done. I don't know why I started like that. Now that I'm cleaned up, I want to show you guys real quick the parts that I have for the adapter kit to fit the Z32 transmission into the S14. The Z32 transmission, I got the retaining pin in. I got that in. I'm obviously going to wait until I get the other grommet, which I can't even get today because I slacked and forgot that they close at like 5. I'll have to go tomorrow when I find some time. Hopefully that doesn't take too long to get here. In terms of what's left, tilt this down. I have a washer, C-clip, a giant snap ring. All right, we got the front cover, which I actually cleaned up a little bit, just a little bit. So I got to put this back on. I do have a gasket for the front cover, a new one. Basically check the manual in terms of what to do next for like the clutch fork and the throwout bearing and all that stuff. We have the Nismo flywheel and clutch setup, which I need to take the old comp clutch setup and stuff off. Put the Nismo setup on. I'm buying the restrictor today, maybe a new oil feed line for the new turbo so I can get that installed. We're just waiting on the oil feed line with the restrictor, and then the turbo can go into the car. That's like the one thing I'm waiting on. Everything else is ready to go. I got the clocking kit on there. I'll show you in a second here as well. But before I talk about anything else, basically transmission's done. Get that one part, seal it up, install it. Turbo, put it in, install it. Fluids, first run, and then we have to break in the new Nismo clutch. I am gonna do the 300-mile break-in. It's long, but I'll get a ton of street driving. We'll do car meets. I'll drive to different spots and just a ton of driving. It's gonna be drive heavy, which is not something I've been able to do recently because it's been like track day, drift, fix, repeat type of thing. So that's a cool little switch up coming in the future. All right, let's talk about the adapter kit from Mazworx, what came in the box with the SRVG kit. This is the adapter plate, and this is gonna mount to the block, and the trans will mount to this. This is the shifter extension. This is the shifter. This is pretty cool, honestly. I like the purple. That's pretty sick. You won't, oh, well, I don't think you'll see this. I really don't know. We'll wait and see. This is the cross member. I think it's relocated slightly. All the hardware. These are like plates to cover things up on the trans. Drive shaft, which is not unboxed yet because I don't need to unbox that yet. But that's it. That's everything for the Mazworx kit to get this thing installed and put into the S14. This is the GK Tech clocking kit, and it just slightly clocks it so I can run everything I need to run. The T28s are slightly different. The inlets and outlets have a weird angle that won't work with the S13 motors. So the clocking kit helps me do that. I'm gonna go back in time, take out the T25, pretend that this table is completely empty and that the T25 is not already on the table, and let's just go back in time and take it out. You guys don't understand, well, if you watched the last video and you paid attention all the way to the end, you guys know that there are so many freaking parts en route for this car, so many plans, and just like, there's just a lot of stuff. So Lots of content coming soon. We are back finally. I'm excited about it. Check my Instagram. I'll be making some posts about this and the adapter kit and just some updates overall. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.